1. Introduction, Beyond the Threshold of Perceived Reality. As we go about our daily lives, stressed by routine and familiar experiences, it's easy to forget that human experience is much broader and deeper than what we immediately perceive. The universe itself is a tangled web of known and unknown realities, and the human mind is no exception to this complexity. Everyone has the ability to touch, feel, see, taste, and hear, but there is an additional dimension of experience that still remains hidden from most people. Imagine walking through a dense forest. Every tree, every leaf, every spring you come across represents a traditional sensory experience. It is a palpable reality, recognized by all. But now imagine having a special compass in your hand, an instrument that indicates directions and paths not visible to the eyes, but present and real like everything around you. This compass represents extrasensory perception, and indicates paths that lead to dimensions of reality that many of us have never considered. Every day, we experience moments that defy our understanding. How many times have you thought about someone just before they called you? Or did you have a hunch that turned out to be accurate, without you having any way of knowing in advance? These are simple, yet powerful examples of how our minds can operate beyond the confines of everyday experiences. Science has made great strides in the last era, revealing many of the wonders of the universe. But, just as astrophysics teaches us that there is dark matter that we cannot see or touch, but that makes up most of the universe, psychology also recognizes that there are aspects of the mind and perception that we do not yet fully understand. That is why, on this journey, we will enter unknown territories, exploring theories, testimonies, and exercises that will help us better understand the hidden capacities of the human mind. It won't always be a linear path. Some of the information may challenge your current beliefs or perceptions. But like any journey, the value lies as much in the destination as in the experience of the journey itself. Some of you may be skeptical, and that's a healthy attitude. As in any field of study, it's important to approach any new information with an open but critical mind. Our intention is not to convince you of anything, but rather to offer you the information and tools to explore and decide for yourself. As we prepare to tackle the heart of these pages, I encourage you to keep an open and curious mind. The next topic will specifically address extrasensory perception, detailing its definition, its various types, and how it manifests itself. This will be our first step into the vast and fascinating world of ESP. But first, let's stop for a moment and consider, what does perceiver really mean to us? And how do we define sensory experience? These questions will guide us in the next paragraph, setting the stage for all that comes next. Definition of ESP. Entering the world of perception that goes beyond the traditional five senses is like unveiling a new continent of the human mind. For centuries, different cultures and traditions have told stories of individuals with special abilities, predicting future events, reading other people's thoughts, or sensing the presence of invisible beings and energies. What, then, is this ability that allows us to perceive information beyond the ordinary limits of the senses? To answer, one must examine the scientific and traditional definition of this perception. It is an acquisition of information without the use of known senses or inference from past experience. This definition, however, might seem too abstract. Here are some examples to better clarify the concept. Imagine that you are sitting in a room with a friend. While chatting, you suddenly feel a surge of sadness, even though everything seems to be fine. Later, your friend confides that he's worried about something. Or, you are traveling and have a dream where a family member asks you to come home. You wake up with a strong feeling that something is wrong and, indeed, shortly after discover that that family member has had a problem. In both of these examples, perception goes beyond immediately available sensory data. You have not seen, heard, touched, tasted, or smelled the information, you perceived it differently. In the scientific world, investigation of these abilities became more common in the 20th century, with parapsychology seeking to study and test these experiences in a controlled environment. In these studies, different categories of perception have emerged: telepathy, transmission of thoughts between individuals; precognition, knowledge of future events; and clairvoyance, perception of distant objects or events in space or time. But, as is the case with many things in science, not everything in this domain is easily explained. Some studies seem to confirm the existence of such abilities, while others question them. The truth may lie somewhere in between, or it may simply require as yet unknown tools and methods of investigation. What is certain, though, is that many people around the world and across the generations have reported experiences that correspond to what we now call extrasensory perception. These testimonies and ongoing research suggest that our understanding of the human experience is still incomplete. In the next section, we will delve further into this theme by examining the fine line between extrasensory perception and intuition. Both are perception capabilities beyond the traditional senses, but they have different origins and functions. The distinction between the two is critical to fully understanding the scope and potential of our mind. After all, human beings are complex creatures, and every day offers us new opportunities for discovery and understanding. In trying to understand the nuances of human experience, we are often confronted with concepts that appear similar on the surface, but upon close examination reveal profound distinctions. This is certainly the case when it comes to perceptual abilities that go beyond the traditional five senses. Two terms often mentioned in this context are extrasensory perception and intuition, but how do they differ? Intuition is an immediate feeling or understanding of something without apparent conscious logic. It's that thrill you feel when something is wrong, or that certainty that an idea is right. Intuition can manifest itself as a gut feeling or an effortlessly flowing stream of thoughts. For example, think of a mother who feels that her child is in danger, even though she has no apparent reason to worry. Or an artist who feels that a particular stroke of color is needed to complete a work of art. In these cases, the source of the information is unclear. One could say that intuition is based on subconscious data that has been gathered over time through past experiences, emotions, and observations. In contrast, extrasensory perception refers to information received without an apparent sensory or cognitive source. While intuition might come from a subconscious analysis of information already in the mind, extrasensory perception involves receiving new information. Think of a person who predicts a specific future event without any knowledge base, or who hears another person's specific thoughts without external cues. While intuition is often described as a sixth sense, extrasensory perception could be seen as a seventh, an entirely distinct channel of perception. This does not mean that one is superior or more real than the other, rather, they highlight different aspects of our perception capabilities. Understanding the distinction between these two concepts is crucial. While intuition can be developed and refined through practice and self-awareness, extrasensory perception requires a different focus and understanding. Both, however, underline how vast and unexplored the territory of the human mind is. But why should we bother exploring and understanding these aspects of perception? In the next section, we will delve into the reasons that make the study of extrasensory perception not only fascinating, but also crucial to our understanding of ourselves and the world around us. After all, these abilities may hold the key to unlocking hidden potential and better understanding the vastness and complexity of our existence. 1.4 Why study ESP? In our relentless pursuit of understanding and knowledge, we are often confronted with questions that go beyond the boundaries of the ordinary. Human beings have always wondered about the very nature of reality and how vast and profound its understanding is. The desire to explore what lies beyond our immediate perceptions is innate and drives us to seek answers where others dare not look. But why should we turn our attention to the potentials of perception that go beyond our common intuition? First of all, exploring this territory means accepting that there are dimensions of reality and human experience that are not yet fully understood. This exploration may offer new perspectives on the very nature of existence and our place within the universe. Think for example of those moments when, without a logical explanation, we had a premonition that came true, or when we felt a deep connection with someone for no clear reason. These moments, while not always understood, offer clues to a hidden potential within each of us. The study of such phenomena not only offers us the possibility of exploring the latent capacities of the human being but can also have practical applications. Imagine the possibilities if we could understand, develop and use these skills in areas like medicine, psychology or even diplomacy. A greater understanding of human potential could revolutionize the way we relate to ourselves and to each other. Furthermore, we live in an age where science and technology advance by leaps and bounds, often challenging what was once considered impossible or fantastic. Confronting topics such as perception beyond the senses could lay the groundwork for future scientific discoveries, perhaps paving the way for new forms of communication, healing, or even interaction with the world around us. But there is also a deeper and more personal aspect to all of this. Exploring capabilities beyond our five senses can offer an avenue to greater self-awareness, a deeper connection with others, and a broader understanding of our place in the cosmos. As we embark on this journey of discovery, it is interesting to note how deeply these concepts are deeply rooted in our culture and collective imagination. In the next section, we will examine how these phenomena are represented and perceived within popular culture, reflecting on how art, literature, and cinema have given shape and voice to these transcendental experiences. Understanding the vastness and complexity of extrasensory phenomena requires clear and structured guidance. Like a captain navigating unknown seas, every reader needs a compass to navigate, and what follows intends to provide just that, a charted path that will help decipher and delve into the puzzles of perception beyond the five senses. We will begin our journey by diving into the historical roots of ESP. We will explore ancient civilizations, from Egyptian sages to Greek philosophers, to understand how past societies have faced and interpreted these phenomena. Through anecdotes and stories, we will discover how extrasensory perception has been understood as a divine gift, a curse, or simply an innate ability of the human being. But we won't stop at the past. Progressively, through the chapters, we will move into the modern age, examining how science has tried to address, study, and often challenge the testimonies and claims related to ESP. Experiments, case studies, and research will be presented, some of which may surprise you with their audacity and originality. A section of the book will be dedicated to techniques and practices for developing and refining one's extrasensory abilities. This part is particularly suitable for those who feel they have these predispositions or are simply curious to experiment and explore the boundaries of their mind. We will provide exercises, meditations, and advice, accompanying the reader on a personal journey of growth and discovery. Of course, we could not fail to address the philosophical and spiritual implications of ESP. This field of investigation opens up profound reflections on the nature of existence, on destiny, and on the connection between all living beings. These are questions that humanity has been asking for millennia, and even if we cannot claim to answer everything, we will at least try to offer ideas and reflections that can enrich the debate and personal understanding. Furthermore, interviews and testimonies of those who claim to have lived experiences of ESP will be presented. These personal stories offer a unique and profound insight, and are often a source of inspiration, wonder, and sometimes skepticism. Our goal is not to convince, but rather to present as complete and balanced an overview as possible. In conclusion, the proposed trip aims to be comprehensive but also accessible. Each chapter will complement the other, like pieces of a puzzle, and gradually a detailed and profound picture of ESP and its mysteries will be drawn. And now, let's get ready to dive into the depths of history, where ancient myths, legends, and wisdom await us. The next chapter will take us back in time, to discover ancient civilizations and how they interpreted and experienced extrasensory phenomena. A gripping story that lays the foundation for all that will follow. Dear viewers, if you have let yourself be fascinated by the extraordinary reality of ESP and wish to continue this extraordinary journey, then you cannot miss the next episode. Subscribe to our channel to always be updated on new content dedicated to the exploration of extrasensory perception. Click the subscribe button and turn on notifications to never miss a moment of this gripping series. Are you ready to delve further into the secrets of ESP, explore mysterious cases, and broaden your perspectives on human perception? We look forward to seeing you in the next episode, where we will continue our extraordinary journey beyond the threshold of perceived reality. Share this video with your friends and involve them in this extraordinary adventure with us. Thank you all for your support and the love you show us. Sign up now and see you soon.